like a hound. And I wanted to show you something. And I'm going to show you why I even further do not believe a word that Taylor Swift is saying. And I still have question marks about her involvement, because something else that got sent to me is completely crazy. Okay. Seriously, you guys, this is, get seated here. This is super interesting. So I'm showing you something that I actually had saved as a piece of the puzzle, but I didn't know where it quite fit in the puzzle. So I just held it to the side. I was like, okay, this is random. It's a random thing that I know happened, but I don't know why this happened. And I'm not.
I don't care what Candace Owens is investigating. I want in. I want to listen to the story. I want to find. This is Candace Owens on the Candace Owens podcast. We just found out today, March 4th, that she, if you look at the statistics from these sites that you can look to see how many views people have, she has surpassed Ben Shapiro. He's lost 25% of his viewership. She's going up 10% each month. It's because she's not. I'm taking a break from the politics for this one. It's whack. I think Candace Owens is saying the same thing. So we're going to go into Blake Lively. I don't know who these people are. Taylor Swift. I know, of course, who that is. I know Ryan. I know who they are. But I don't. I read a little bit of this to prep. But let's get into this. I don't care. Whatever Candace Owens puts her paws on is juicy. It's tea. Get a cup of tea and just enjoy it.
Not sure why it's important. So apparently, toward the end of filming for It Ends With Us, and also simultaneously the end of the filming for Deadpool, because remember, these films were filming at the exact same time, suddenly the It Ends With Us crew decided that they needed a new composer. It's very strange. The movie has a composer, and you would not be hiring that person or trying to change that person or fire that person late in the day. You don't just suddenly switch out the composer a year after you begin filming. That sounds very stressful. And what was even more interesting is that not only did they remove the It Ends With Us composer, but they decided to use Deadpool's composer. Okay, so here's the clip that I didn't show you before because I wasn't sure about this piece. And here is Deadpool's composer, Rob, discussing that sudden change in the phone call that he got. Take a listen. Again, this is Deadpool's composer, Rob Simonson, appearing on the Score podcast.
So there was like a week of recording left on Deadpool, and I suddenly get a text from Blake, and she sent a little video saying, I'm doing this thing, need a score. Can you deliver it in a week? And I said, I don't think a week, but maybe 3, if we have 3. So that materialized. And yeah, so it was sequential. Was able to finish up Deadpool, but I was going from the dub of Deadpool and going back to the studio at night working on Blake's film.
A
It was
week.
a little nutty. It ended up being about a month.
I have to wonder, no interest in dishing, but was there a composer before that or did they just one day wake up and say, oh, you know what we need? A score. Call that guy who's doing my husband's movie. Maybe he has time. How do you end up getting a call with we're in that kind of a pinch, unless I guessed correctly?
Yeah, I think probably it was a scenario of a last second replacement.
A last second replacement of a composer.
Okay, let's jump into this for those who don't know. The little bit of work that I've done on this, I don't know anything of it. So I started looking into it. What are these people? What is this? It Ends With Us is a cinematic adaptation of trauma and resilience. I'm just reading the description here. It's a romantic drama film directed by Justin Baldoni, adapted from Colleen Hoover's best-selling 2016 novel of the same name. The story centers on Lily Bloom, Blake Lively, a florist navigating love trauma. It's ironic, just looking through the plot. Love trauma. I haven't seen this flick, and it was released last year, August. Navigating love trauma and the cynical nature of abuse. That's what the movie's about. But it sounds like the movie became real life. It's a cycle of abuse is what they talked about with the plot here. And I'm just saying that because that's the plot, YouTube. I'm not getting into any type of unsavory waters. So it's just this adaptation stressing kind of difficult domestic situations. And it looked like it spawned a difficult domestic situation. We're going to get back to Candace Owens, but I mean, for anybody else who doesn't know what's going on. So the controversy around the score, which is what she's talking about here, became linked to the film's off-screen legal and, all this public tea and battle, reflecting the toxic dynamics between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni while amplifying critiques of Hollywood hypocrisy. So the score was widely panned as drab and ineffectively dramatic snooze fest. The music, it's just, I haven't heard it. It said, lacking warmth or hope is what critics said. Critics noted its minimalist instrumentation failed to convey the gravity of Lily's difficult situation or resilience, with strings regulated to pulsation mode. I used to play the violin. I've never talked about that on this channel, but yes, in another life, I haven't played it in a long time. Played all the way up until high school. So I'm classically trained. That's usually the base for these scores. So post-production struggles, Lively allegedly hired her own editor, Shane Reed, to rework the film after clashing with Baldoni over the direction. The score's lack of an emotional crescendos, where it gets louder, you have to get louder and then get softer and then go faster, and it matters a lot. Paralleled reports of fragmented editing process where Simonson's initial romantic motifs, reminiscences of the Age of Adeline, were scrapped for a gloomier, disjointed soundscape. So rumors swirled that Reynolds influenced script changes, even ad-libbed Baldoni's roasts during Saturday Night Live tapings. The score's muted defiance, no bold themes for Lily's empowerment, kind of matched the claims that Lively's team prioritized salvaging her image over narrative cohesion. So let's get back to the clip and we'll learn some more.
In which someone got kicked out of It Ends With Us, and they pulled over this guy from Deadpool last minute, the umpteenth hour. What could have happened? I didn't know what to do with this information. I was like, okay, just store it, Candace. Something will pop up and a piece of this will make sense. So get ready, okay? Yesterday, somebody sends me an email. It's always
pregnant Candace is the best Candace. She just has these instincts and she puts it to use behind the mic, and her show is just unbelievable.
I'm telling you, the culture, man, we are on these people. We are just like, it's a whole FBI unit of stay-at-home moms, dads that are really good at tech, sending me information. So this woman puts on my radar that there's a Reddit post, an anonymous Reddit post, I kid you not, that went up 6 months ago. 6 months ago during the week of the It Ends With Us premiere. Now, typically a Reddit post, anonymous, who cares, right? You're like, okay, this seems like a stretch. No, it's not a stretch. This is amazing. This person correctly stated everything that was going to happen since what has happened since and what was happening in the background. Essentially, they present themselves as, I know the person, a person that is going through this. Here is what is going on. And you're not going to believe what is going on and why it's happening. And of course, when this person posted on Reddit, no one believed her, because who would believe an anonymous post? A person saying that there's all this drama happening in the background. The date on this post is August 12th. Okay, so just to give you the timeline. It Ends With Us world premiere was August 6th. That's when they had the red carpet premiere. Justin Baldoni gets put into the basement. August 9th is when me, if we wanted to, could go see it in theaters. This person on August 12th decides to write a whole long post because they're overcome with emotion and they don't know where to drop it. And that's what Reddit's for, right? You can't say it to people that you know, so you just drop it on the platform. And look what this person says. This is amazing. Okay, I'm going to read you the post in its entirely. This is in the Reddit feed for Colleen Hoover. This user writes, okay, I know a lot of the inside drama for It Ends With Us, and I just don't know who to share it with, so here we are. I'm obviously using a throwaway, but I know someone who worked on the movie for most of its run who would have gotten these details piping hot and not some grapevine situation. They told me firsthand what they know. I'll give you the bullet points. Supposedly, Blake felt that
I've never done this before, but we're going to do a cliffhanger. If you're interested in this, you would like to continue, I will be uploading this piece by piece, about 8-minute, no more than 10-minute clips. Enjoy it. Come, comment. Let me know if you want to talk about this. I'm going to continue to react to Candace Owens. It just gets me hype. I don't know these people. I don't know anything, but it's fun to unpack things. And these are the same skills that you use for any type of story.
The next clip is ready below. Welcome to After Show Carnage.